a great gorgeous girl tonight.
Very classy, a maker of champions.
The giant Wrestlemania.
I'm so sick of these people. You know, I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
I got that thing on me. I got that stick. I got that tool. I'm packing.
You must be some kind of a dumbass. And I will never retire. You know, this aggression will not stand, man.
Now get that garbage out of here.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans, to another edition of FNR Friday Night Review. I am your main man for the evening, Cam G. That is Scalz right above me in your top left and in your top right. We have our guest of the evening, Metalcore Mike. Gentlemen, how is it going on your Friday evening?
Mike, how's your evening?
It's Friday. It's a good evening. You know?
Tonight was a really good episode of Smackdown, coming off that kickoff show from last night. Oh, man, we got lots to talk about.
Yes,
Agreed.
absolutely.
So you want to get into it?
Absolutely.
What do we think of Triple H coming out tonight and just kicking off the show the way that he did?
So initially, when he did it, I was worried because I was like, "Oh boy, what is this going to be about?" Like,
Well, that comment that you just said about "oh boy" fits right with what Jax wrote. So it was perfect timing for me to put the comment up. So,
but no, I was worried because I really didn't know what that was going to be about. I didn't know if the main event was changing again. I didn't really know, so it worried me a little bit. I liked how they're now. I don't know if this is newer or it's new to me, so I don't know how long they've been doing this. But I like how now they're like introducing him as Paul Triple H Levesque. Now they're kind of just fusing his two names. He's doing the whole like Dwayne thing now, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So that's kind of cool.
I feel like that's new.
Yeah, it has to be because I've never heard them announce him as like that. So that was kind of cool. It's different. So it worried me a little bit. But all in all, it was great. He made everything official. Roman, Cody for the main event. We finally got all that cleared up. And he kind of threw some shots at Rock, it seemed like. He was kind of like putting him in his place a little bit. So I kind of like that too. They still say there's still reports that said that, Rock is 100% performing at WrestleMania. We just don't know against who now, So here's how I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking like back in like when it was like when they had the whole Vince and Donald Trump thing at that one Mania, and they had to get the representatives or whatever. So I mean, since Triple H can't wrestle anymore, I'm thinking like he's gonna get somebody to wrestle Rock. Because now him and Rock got beef because of the whole press conference that went down. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Think about it like a lot of people. I was live for SmackDown tonight. So a lot of people in my live had said that they think that Rock will still get involved in the main event between Roman and Cody, and he'll cost Roman the match. I mean, that's an option, I guess, too. But I think he's going to be, in a match and not just kind of be some outside interference. So, but we'll see though. But it was a great opening for sure.
So, Mike, you were going to say something?
Oh, Cam literally just like opened my mind up of something that I feel could happen.
Okay. Before we get into that, I want to give you what I think is going to happen. We had the perfect visual last night of Rock and Roman walking out into the sunset, so to speak, in Vegas.
Yeah.
Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody night one. Rock and Roman obviously go over.
Yeah.
Night two, Seth versus the winner of the Elimination Chamber Roman versus Cody. And this is where what Cam said comes into play. Rock comes out and costs Roman the title, claiming he's the head of the table, and that starts their build to their match at WrestleMania 41.
See, I thought of something completely different. So I agree with the tag match with Rock and Roman taking on Cody and Seth. That I agree with. Rock, Roman go over. Night 2, Seth takes on the winner of the Chamber. Then, like Cam said, going back to the whole Donald Trump, Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 23 thing where they represented, Bobby Lashley and Umaga. But Rock is representing Roman. Triple H represents Cody. And then we get to the point at the end of the match, and it looks like Rock is going to do something. But then when Cody turns around, it ends up being Triple H pedigreeing Cody and costing him the match. And his reason for it is because The Rock is part of the TKO board. It's his boss.
It's not his boss.
Well, they could play it out like that on TV.
Well, my brother called me and he's like the same thing. He's like, do you think Rock is going to replace Triple H because he's on the board? I was like, no. I said, Triple H is the reason that WWE has been so successful over the last year.
Yeah.
He is the chief content officer.
Mhm.
He doesn't give a shit who's on the board. He does what he needs to do, and WWE is benefiting from it. Nothing is going to happen. Rock's going to wrestle at WrestleMania still. He's going to do the tag match. It'll be better for him because he hasn't had a wrestling match since 2014 or whatever it was. He can't do a full match by himself. It'll look bad. The best way to get him to WrestleMania is to do a tag team match.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
What's going on, Bean Drizzle?
He's pretty much in the realm of basically where Sting's at this point. Sting just doing tag matches.
Right.
That's what he's in. That's the realm that he's in. Because there is a huge difference between being in shape and being in ring shape.
Yeah, but Rock can get in ring shape for a tag match.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. 100%.
Thank you for the follow, Bean Drizzle. But yeah, the shots that Triple H was taking at The Rock tonight was hilarious. It was so well placed, and we are definitely getting a heel Rock, and this shit's going to be fire over the next couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see where they take it. So we'll have to see for sure.
Well, we know that Rock and Roman are going to be on the show next week. And with next week being a double episode because of Australia the week after, it would be safe to say that we're going to see Rock and Roman on TV 2 weeks in a row. And who would have been on a card in 2024? How do you like the announcement for the Elimination Chamber for the men's facing Seth?
I was confused for a second because I was like, wait a second, there's 12 people in this match, but no, this is the qualifiers. I was like, that's crazy, but no. No, I definitely like the competitors in this match so far. It's stacked, honestly. Like it sucks that there has to be, one qualifier and one loser. Like our first qualifying match, we had Drew and AJ, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I like AJ. I'm sorry, AJ, but I think this is Drew's match to win. I think, to me, it was originally supposed to be CM Punk and Seth Rollins. CM Punk unfortunately getting hurt, so now I think it's going to be Drew and Seth. I think that's the biggest story you got right now.
I really hope it is, and I really hope Drew wins.
For sure. Like I said, we keep talking about it. Like Drew's owed. He's owed that WrestleMania moment in front of fans. So
you mean DM Hunk?
That's great.
It's gonna catch on, like it, and he's gonna have a shirt that says DM Hunk now, because that shirt that he put out with the CM Punk about him being at the graveyard and at the gravestone is like the #1 seller in WWE right now.
Jesus Christ.
And it's hilarious, and it's great that they're doing shit like this. This is not something you would have seen. Like, I don't even remember seeing this in the Attitude Era where they did this, where they came out with a shirt like that.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it. I'm loving the way the story goes. I like the competitors in the Elimination Chamber. Like you said, they should just have 2 Elimination Chambers, and then the 2 winners face off against each other for the shot at Seth. That's how they should do it, and put all 12 men.
I had a different way of them figuring this out, because 2 of the competitors, I mean, one of them, I had 2 competitors at the beginning of the night when I seen this. 2 of them I was like, automatically we're going to be gone, and that's Ivar and Bronson Reed. But then I backtrack and think maybe they put Bronson Reed in the position of getting into the chamber. How I thought they were going to do this was have 5 qualifying matches, and then the 6th match be like a fatal 5-way to determine the 6th person. But I like this concept, how they're doing it. I do. And like you guys said, it's stacked. It is a really, really stacked.
Who was Bronson taking on?
They I don't know, because we got Kevin Owen, we got Dominic taking on Kevin.
Miz taking on Logan.
Miz. I think Bobby Lashley is taking on Bronson Reed, and I think Kelly Knight's taking on Ivar.
That is correct. Yeah. That's what the 2 matches on Monday night are.
Because we already got 2 eliminations and 2 entries already. So,
can y'all imagine if we end up getting Logan and Seth, and then Logan beats Seth?
And
I don't know why that crossed my mind, because I was like, yo, he'd be a double champ. That'd be crazy.
I'd be for it.
That'd be wild.
You'd be for it?
Yeah, I'd be for it.
Absolutely not.
Why not? I would.
The only way that would make sense to do a match is if it's title for title, and Seth has the chance to walk out for both.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
And
the only reason because then Seth should take both. Logan's run his course. He can go away.
The only reason why I'd be for Logan doing it, is because I think he'd only be the 2nd person to hold the U.S. title and the world title at the same time. Number 2, because obviously it's a talking point, right? Like, that's the whole reason why we put the U.S. title on Logan. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be for a long reign. I'm not talking Roman numbers, but even if it was just for like a month and he dropped the title back to Seth or something, I'd be. I just think it would be funny, because the IWC would just be like, it just their heads would be on fire. They would be so pissed. It would just be funny to watch.
Well, anywhere you see Logan Paul right now, that U.S. title's with him. Anywhere he's on screen, that's title with him. So it would be good publicity for that world title. I think it would help that world title. So seeing it on other screens, like on his podcast and anywhere else he's going.
I don't agree with that.
Do you not like Logan Paul?
No, I do like Logan Paul. You don't need him tying up 2 different belts.
Well, I mean, Seth would be doing the same if Seth walked out of Mania.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You don't need either of them doing it. The whole point is to get somebody new and somebody different on this belt. Seth has had a great run. He's elevated that title. Now is Drew's time to be crowned in front of fans and get his moment in the sun.
I mean, as cool as me as a fan, as cool as I think it would be for Logan Paul, I still see Logan Paul and LA Knight at Mania for the U.S. title. And that's been my focus since probably.
Yeah, because it was dropped out there. It's been dropped out there since October.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you, Mike, but I feel like Logan is just not Logan. I feel like LA Knight is just right now he's too far away from the U.S. title right now. Like, I mean, like I said, they got some time. WrestleMania's not until April, so they got a lot of time to build. But
They
I
got
don't
like
know.
50 something. They got like 50
They-
something until Mania.
If they both make the chamber, that's where it happens.
The setup.
You have LA Knight take out Logan Paul.
And
And
then
now
Logan,
he's like,
or-
I pinned the champ. I could beat him. I could take this title. Give him my shot.
Or you have Logan take
Or-
out LA Knight.
Right. Either way, you can have it set up.
I like it.
I can see LA Knight eliminating Paul, and then Logan Paul staying in the chamber and costing LA Knight.
That's another way to do it. Yep. Didn't he enter the chamber upon his return and cost?
Yep.
He wasn't even in the chamber. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Because
I
that
could
was-
see, like, I could see him getting eliminated by LA Knight, and then him being like pissed about that, and then
And
him
cost
and then
LA
him
Knight
coming,
his.
yeah, him coming back in and costing LA Knight his
Mhm.
spot. So, either way, that's one way to do it. I think that's how they do it, actually.
But let's talk about the first match of the night. We had
and that was it.
All right, guys, let's wrap up for the evening. Gone a little longer than expected on the show. So, Mike, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Metal Mike 714 all across the socials: X, TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. You can find me on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rivet City Red Zone with the Candyman and Johnny H. We're going to get you ready for the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about NFL honors. Probably going to talk a little bit about the draft and talk about UFL, because UFL is going to be starting up March 30th. It's kickoff. You catch me on Monday nights with Cam and Sean on the table spot right after Monday Night Raw at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Wednesday night on Cam's show, The Boom, right after AEW Dynamite with Cam and Phil at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Cam?
Oh, you can find me on TikTok at Cam's Wrestling Corner and at Call Me Cam G. You can find me right here every single Friday night on Off the Top Media, right here on Twitch. Every single Friday night with Scalz and Jamie. You can find me on our other page, River City Radio, right here on Twitch. Every single Monday night with the Boom. Every single Wednesday night with the Boom with me as the host, and of course this man, Metalcore Mike, and of course Phil Kahn. But you can find me on Monday nights on River City Radio, right here on Twitch with the Table Spot with Mike and of course Sean. And then you can find me on Twitter at Cam and Cheese 317. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
I am Scalz. You can find me here on Off the Top on both Twitch and YouTube, as well as Off the Top Media _ on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Every Tuesday night on here on Twitch, as well as live on TikTok, we do NXT on Tap. And then Friday nights, back here. Next week, we'll be discussing what happens on SmackDown, and then we'll go over what happened on the Super Bowl. Hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll catch y'all soon.